My girlfriend surprised me by painting my entire rental pink while I was at work, calling it couple goals. Then the landlord demanded $12,400. So I replied, "You painted it. You pay it." I got home from work on a Thursday around 6:00 p.m. and the smell hit me first. Paint, strong chemical fresh paint smell. Opened my apartment door and literally froze. Everything was pink, not like an accent wall, not O. She painted one room, the entire apartment. Living room walls bubblegum pink, kitchen hot pink, bedroom some lighter shade of pink, even the bathroom. She painted my rental apartment completely pink. Sienna, 27, was standing in the middle of the living room, paint splattered overalls, which is why I did it myself instead of asking them. Saved us so much money. No, I mean, we can't paint rental apartments without permission. She waved her hand. Oh, please. Landlords don't care about stuff like that. It's just paint. Makes the place look better. Anyway, I walked through the apartment. She'd done everything. Walls, trim, even painted over the light switches and outlet covers. Paint drips on the hardwood floors. Pink splatters on the kitchen cabinets. The bathroom mirror had pink streaks where she'd clearly gotten careless. Sienna, how much paint did you buy? Like 12 gallons. Good deal. At the hardware store, they were having a sale. 12 gallons of pink paint on walls that were contractually required to remain neutral tone. She painted bright pink directly over beige. It would take at least 3 coats of primer and paint to cover this. Babe, you look stressed. This was supposed to make you happy. Don't you like it? Deep breath. We need to talk about this. There's nothing to talk about. I made our place beautiful. You should be thanking me. Our place. She'd moved in 6 months ago temporarily while she figured out her living situation. Still hadn't paid a single month of rent. But sure, our place. I pulled out my phone, checked Instagram, and there it was. She'd posted a video walking through the apartment, showing off every pink wall. Caption: surprised him by painting his entire apartment pink while he was at work. Couple goals: surprise Reno, pink perfection. I just got home and discovered my girlfriend painted the apartment without my knowledge or permission. I'm sending video evidence that shows the extent of the damage. I understand this violates the lease terms and I take full responsibility. Please advise on next steps. Hit send. Sienna was scrolling through comments on her phone, beaming. Everyone loves it. See, I told you it looks good. Sienna, I just sent that video to my landlord. She looked up. You what? I sent your video to my landlord as evidence of lease violation. Her face went from confused to angry in about 2 seconds. Why would you do that? Because you painted a rental apartment without permission. That's property damage. It's not damage. It's an I spent all day doing this for us, and you're acting like I committed a crime. You did commit a crime. It's called property damage. Oh my God, you're being so dramatic. It's just paint. My phone rang. Mr. Kowalski. Brett, what the hell happened to my apartment? Sir, I just got home and found it like this. My girlfriend painted it without my knowledge. The entire apartment. Yes, sir. Do you have any idea what this is going to cost to fix? No, sir. But I understand I'm responsible under the lease terms. Long pause. Come to my office tomorrow morning. 9:00 a.m. We need to discuss this. Yes, sir. Hung up. Sienna was staring. Security deposit $5,000. Clause about unauthorized alterations. Immediate lease termination with forfeited of. Deposit plus cost of repairs. Yeah, I was screwed. Update 1. 3 days later. Met with Mr. Kowalski Friday morning. He brought his property manager, Linda, and a contractor named Tom. They walked through the apartment taking photos and notes. Tom was shaking his head the whole time in Mr. Kowalski's office after. Brett, I've been a landlord for 30 years. Never seen anything like this. I'm really sorry, sir. Tom, what's the damage? Tom pulled out his estimate. All walls need to be primed twice minimum. Then 2 coats of neutral paint to cover this. That's 12,200 square feet of wall space. My stomach dropped $12,000. Your security deposit covers $5,000. Mr. Kowalski said you're liable for the remaining $7,400. I understand. And I'm terminating your lease effective 30 days from now. Expected that too. Yes, sir, however. He leaned back. Linda pulled the video your girlfriend posted. She's clearly stating she did this. She's showing her face. She's taking credit. If you want to pursue legal action against her for the damages, we'll support that with our documentation. I'll be filing in small claims court. Good. Send her the repair bill. If she doesn't pay, we'll testify on your behalf. Got the formal eviction notice and repair bill in writing. Walked back to my pink apartment. Sienna was there. She'd let herself in with the spare key. Floor refinishing? I'm not paying this. Then I'll see you in small claims court. She laughed. Actually laughed. You're going to sue me. Your girlfriend. Ex-girlfriend. And yes, over a paint job. Over $12,000 in property damage that you caused. I was trying to help. I didn't ask for help. I asked you not to touch anything without permission. I don't remember that conversation. It was the day you moved in. I specifically said, this is a rental and we can't modify anything. Well, I thought you were being paranoid and now you owe $12,000. She stood up. I'm not paying it, and good luck trying to make me. Already filed the paperwork. Court date is in 6 weeks. Her mouth dropped open. I did something nice and you're suing me for it. You damaged property and refused to take responsibility. I can't believe I wasted 6 months on you. She slammed the door so hard a picture fell off the wall. I picked it up. Already had a crack in the frame from the impact. My phone started blowing up within an hour. Her friends, her mum, even her cousin I'd met once. Jade can't believe we're suing Sienna over paint. Random number. This is Donna, Sienna's mother. What you're doing is financial abuse. I'm considering calling the police. Another random number. Hey, it's Trevor, Sienna's cousin. Pretty messed up what you're doing. Man, she was trying to surprise you. I replied to Donna only. She should have thought about that before painting someone else's property. I'm hiring her a lawyer. You'll regret this. Great. Now I needed a lawyer, too. Update 2. 5 weeks later, the entitlement levels reached new heights. First, Donna tried to get me arrested. Called the cops saying I was harassing and threatening her daughter. Officer showed up at my door Tuesday evening. Sir, we got a call, about harassment. I showed him the court filing, the repair bill, Sienna's video that started everything. So, she painted your apartment pink and posted it online. Yes, officer. And now you're suing her for damages. Correct. He looked at the video again, started laughing, tried to stop himself. Sorry, you'll be charged with misuse of emergency services. Have a good night. He left. I went back inside. Second, Sienna tried to claim I'd given her permission, posted on her Instagram story, being sued by my ex for painting his apartment that he asked me to paint. He's trying to get out of paying me for my labor. This is what abusive men do. Her followers ate it up, started getting DMs calling me an abuser, a manipulator, a deadbeat. I posted her original video with timestamp. Added caption. Evidence speaks for itself. She surprised me with this. I came home to find it done without my knowledge or permission, now claiming I asked her to do it. Court will decide. Some of her followers actually switched sides after seeing the original video. The letter claimed, 1. I had verbally agreed to the painting. 2. Sienna had spent $847 on supplies. 3. Her labor was worth $25 an hour for 8 hours of work. 4. I owed her $1,647 for improvements to my apartment. I actually laughed out loud. My lawyer cost me $800 for consultation, and court prep sent back a response. Your client's social media post clearly states this was a surprise contradicting claims of verbal agreement. Paint is not an improvement when applied to rental property without landlord permission. It's damage. Client provided video evidence showing she took sole credit for this act. See you in court. Worth entitlement. Sienna emptied my apartment while I was at work. Came home Thursday to find half my stuff gone. TV, my gaming setup. Do you have proof she took these items? Her note admitting it. Plus, my neighbor has a doorbell camera that faces my entrance. My neighbor, Mrs. Chen? Wait, I can't use Chen. My neighbor, Mrs. Gutierrez, pulled her doorbell footage. Clear video of Sienna and Jade loading my stuff into a U-Haul. We'll contact her about returning the property, the officer said. Sienna's response via text. Those were gifts. I'm just taking back what I gave you. My response. The TV was purchased with my credit card in February. I have the receipt. The PS5 was a birthday gift from my parents with card that proves it. The bed frame was mine before you moved in. Return everything by tomorrow, or I'm adding theft charges to the small claims filing. She returned most of it except the TV. Read through the filings before we started. So, Miss Walsh, you painted Mr. Morrison's rental apartment pink. Sienna dressed up nice with Donna sitting behind her. Your Honor, I was trying to improve our living space. Brett had mentioned wanting to update the apartment, and I took initiative. Judge looked at me. Did you ask her to paint the apartment? No, Your Honor. I came home from work and found it already done. Her social media post, which is in evidence, clearly shows she did this as a surprise. Judge pulled up the video on his tablet, watched it. His eyebrows went up. Miss Walsh, in this video, you say surprised him while he was at work. That doesn't sound like he asked you to do this. I meant surprised him by doing it so fast. He'd been talking about it for weeks. Mr. My daughter? Ma'am, sit down. You're not a party to this case. Donna sat. Judge looked at the repair estimate. Miss Walsh, did you get permission from the landlord before painting? I didn't think I needed to. It's just paint. It's property damage. Did you use primer? No. So, you painted bright pink directly over beige walls? Yes. And you got paint on the floors, cabinets, and fixtures? She shifted. There were some accidents, Your Honor, I said. I have the contractor's full damage assessment if you need details. Already reviewed it. Miss Walsh, the contractor estimates $12,100 to restore the apartment to its original condition. Mr. Morrison's security deposit of $5,000 was forfeited, leaving a balance of $7,400. Additionally, Miss Walsh, do you have any evidence these were gifts? He was my boyfriend. Couples share things. That's not evidence. Mr. Morrison, you also filed a police report for theft. Yes, Your Honor. Officer's report is in the evidence file. My neighbor's doorbell camera captured Miss Walsh removing items from my apartment. Judge looked at the footage summary, shook his head. Miss Walsh, here's my ruling. You caused property damage to a rental unit, documented it on social media, and then removed property from Mr. Morrison's apartment without permission. The evidence is overwhelming, but I'm ordering you to pay Mr. Morrison $8,600. That's $7,400 for the remaining repair costs, plus $1,200 for the television. You have 30 days to pay in full, or we can arrange a payment plan of Morrison's apartment within 48 hours or face contempt charges. Finally, I'm issuing a no-contact order. Miss Walsh, you are not to contact Mr. Morrison directly or through third parties. All communications regarding payment must go through the court. Donna stood up again. This is ridiculous. She's a young woman trying to make her boyfriend happy. Ma'am, one more outburst and I'll hold you in contempt. Your daughter damaged property, refused responsibility, then stole items in retaliation. She's lucky he didn't press criminal charges. We're done here, outside the courthouse. Donna is waiting. This isn't over. We're appealing. Small claims decisions are final. I said no appeals. Then we'll sue you for emotional distress. Your daughter just got a judgment against. Then I remembered coming home to my apartment painted completely pink, and the feeling disappeared. Got a payment plan notice from the court 2 weeks later. Sienna had opted for monthly payments, $350 a month for 24 months. Whether she actually pays, we'll see. I can garnish her wages if she doesn't, according to my lawyer. The apartment situation resolved weirdly okay. Mr. Kowalski's contractor finished repairs in 3 weeks. Since I cooperated fully and provided evidence for potential legal action against Sienna. In fact, Kowalski only charged me $4,200 of the remaining $7,400. He ate the other $3,200 as goodwill for being a decent tenant who handled a bad situation appropriately. Heard through mutual friends, she's telling people I trapped her with the lawsuit and that she's the real victim. Some people believe her. Most people saw the original video and know better. Jade stopped talking to me completely. Fine by me. Donna sent one final text from a number I didn't have blocked. You ruined my daughter's credit and her life over paint. I hope you're proud of yourself, I replied. Your daughter ruined her own credit by damaging property and refusing to take responsibility. I hope she learns from this. Block that number too. 3 months later, I got notice that Sienna had missed 2 payments, filed for wage garnishment. Her employer now deducts $350 from her paycheck automatically and sends it to the court not a reminder to be vindictive or petty, a reminder that actions have consequences, that documentation matters, that standing up for yourself isn't cruel, it's necessary. Also, a reminder to never ever date someone who thinks painting a rental apartment pink without permission is a good surprise. Currently talking to someone new. First date went well. When she asked why my last relationship ended, I showed her the video. She laughed until she cried. Please tell me you sued her. I did. Good. That's the most insane thing I've ever seen. Third date is tomorrow. We're going to the paint store to pick out colors for the accent wall in her house that she owns with permission. Sometimes the best revenge is just letting people face the natural consequence. After I said I couldn't afford her $500 dinner choice, I didn't argue. I just Venmo requested her for every date, meal, and movie I'd paid for over 8 months. $6,400 total when her friends saw the public request. Original post I, 26, male. Have been dating Madison, 24, for 8 months. Met her through a dating app, hit it off immediately. She worked as a social media consultant, which basically meant she helped small businesses set up Instagram accounts for like $200 a pop. Not knocking the hustle, but important context for later, from day one. I paid for everything. Not because she asked initially, but because I was raised that way and genuinely enjoyed treating her. Coffee dates, dinners, movies, weekend trips, concerts. Could afford to date and save a bit each month. Madison lived with roommates in a nice area. Always had designer bags. Latest iPhone. I assumed she was doing well with her business. Last Tuesday, she texted me about this new restaurant opening. Some celebrity chef place. Super exclusive. She'd been posting about wanting to go for weeks. I looked at the menu online. Appetizers started at $60. Entree at a $150. The tasting menu she wanted. $500 per person. Not including drinks. Me, babe, that's a bit out of my budget right now. Maybe we can go somewhere else nice. Seriously, it's just dinner. It's $1,000 for one meal. That's my entire entertainment budget for 2 months. Wow, I didn't realize you were struggling. She posted on her Instagram story. Why do broke men even try dating? Like, sir, if you can't afford to treat a woman properly, just stay home and level up first. This is embarrassing. She didn't tag me, but her friends knew who she was dating. The comments started rolling in on her actual post. Period. Know your worth. Queen. Men really out here wanting girlfriends on a McDonald's budget? This is why I have a 3-date rule. If he doesn't spend at least $200 on the first date. Next, I sat at my desk staring at my phone. 8 months. 8 months of paying for everything. Never complaining. And this is what she thinks of me. I'm broke because I won't blow $1,000 on dinner. I didn't text her. Didn't call. Instead, I opened my banking app and started scrolling. 2 hours of adding up every single thing I'd paid for. The total, $6,127. That's when I decided, no arguments, no emotional texts, just pure, simple accountability. I opened Venmo, set it to public, and sent her a request for $6,127 in the description. I wrote 8 months of dates, dinners, movies, and trips, since I'm too broke to date properly. Here's your half of our relationship expenses. Thanks for clarifying my financial situation. Then I went back to work. Update 1. 2 days later. The aftermath was immediate and spectacular. Within 30 minutes, her best friend Kelsey called me. I didn't answer, then Brittany, another friend, then Ashley, then Madison herself. 14 times in a row. But I was watching the Venmo comments roll in. See, when you make a Venmo request public, people can comment. And boy, did they comment. My buddy James, 8 months. Bro was funding a whole relationship solo. My coworker Dennis. This man kept receipts. Respect. Random stranger. Not the itemized relationship invoice. But then Madison's friends started damage control. Kelsey. This is abusive behavior. Making this public is financial abuse. Ashley. Small dick energy for real. A real man wouldn't keep track. Brittany. Imagine being this petty over your girlfriend wanting nice things. That's when something interesting happened. Other people, strangers, started responding to them. Financial abuse is making someone pay for everything. Then calling them broke publicly. It started going mini-viral. Madison showed up at my apartment that evening. I saw her through my Ring doorbell, standing there in the designer coat I'd bought her for her birthday, holding the Michael Kors bag I'd gotten her for our 6-month anniversary. I didn't answer. Madison, I know you're home. Your car is here. Hey, Madison, did you come to pay the Venmo request? Open the door. We need to talk about what? How broke I am. I was just venting. You know I didn't mean it. Me? You meant it enough to post it publicly and let your friends trash me. Madison, down the Venmo request, and we can talk. Pay the request, and we can talk. She stood there for another 10 minutes, alternating between crying and yelling. My neighbor came out to check what. She tried a different approach. She posted a Notes app screenshot on her story. Since someone wants to be petty and count pennies, here's the truth. I've given this man emotional labor for 8 months. Listened to him complain about work every day. Helped him pick outfits. Spent my time making him look good in front of his friends. Decorated his boring apartment. Taught him about wine. Elevated his whole life. But sure, let's talk about dinner money. Some of y'all really don't understand that a woman's presence is the prize. The audacity to request money from me like I'm some random person and not someone who upgraded his entire existence. This is why I'm done dating broke and cheap men. I screenshotted the website that showed she'd had exactly 3 clients in the past year. The math wasn't hard to do. Caption: interesting definition of upgrading my existence from someone who made less than $3 last year, but owns 10 worth of designer goods. Math isn't mathing. Anyway, still waiting on that Venmo payment for the lifestyle I apparently couldn't afford to provide. My phone exploded. Update 2. 1 week later. The social media war escalated quickly. Madison's friends created a whole narrative about me being an abusive narcissist who financially manipulated a young woman. They started a hashtag, "Financial abuse is real." I mostly stayed quiet, but the receipts spoke for themselves. My friends, God bless them, started how to get him to pay for everything without asking, with tips like, always forget your wallet and mention something you want and wait. If he doesn't offer to buy it, he's not the one. But here's where it gets interesting. Madison's roommate, Taylor, reached out to me privately. "Taylor, hey, I know we don't really know each other, but I thought you should know some things. Madison hasn't paid her rent in 2 months. She owes me and our other roommate like $3,200 total. She keeps saying her business is about to take off. Now I see where her money was actually coming from. I'm sorry this happened to you." Wait, she hasn't paid rent? Nope. But she somehow afforded a $2K bag last month. We were about to have to kick her out. She's been using your money to keep up appearances while screwing over everyone else. Her friend had a podcast with 12 listeners to tell her side. Some highlights. I was controlling because I kept track of everything. The Venmo request was financial violence. She never asked for anything I offered. Her social media post was taken out of context. She was traumatized by my public humiliation. The podcast had maybe 100 downloads initially, but someone shared it on Reddit, and it blew up for all the wrong reasons. The comments were brutal. So she's mad he kept receipts after she publicly called him broke. Financial violence. Girl, you mean accountability? She never asked, but also posted a tutorial on making men pay for everything. Then came the nuclear option for Madison. She contacted my employer. I got called into HR on a Wednesday morning. My stomach dropped. But I've seen the posts. Is this seriously about a Venmo request for shared expenses? I showed her everything. The original Broke Men post, the receipts, the messages, all of it. Patricia, this is the most ridiculous complaint I've ever seen. You're fine, but maybe keep the drama off work hours. Fair enough. But Madison wasn't done. She threatened legal action. She actually had someone she claimed was a lawyer send me a cease and desist letter via email. It demanded I remove the Venmo request and pay her $5,000 for emotional distress and defamation. I forwarded it to my cousin, who's an actual lawyer. He laughed for 5 solid minutes on the phone. This isn't even on legal letterhead. It's a Gmail address. This is her friend pretending to be a lawyer. Now I'm getting fake legal threats via Gmail. The entitlement is truly endless. Still waiting on that Venmo payment. Though, the fake lawyer email account was deleted within hours. Update 3, 2 weeks later. Final. The conclusion came from an unexpected place. Madison's ex-boyfriend reached out to me. Let's call him Marcus. Turns out he'd been watching this whole thing unfold with great interest. Marcus, bro, I've been waiting 2 years for someone else to see through her BS. Can we talk? We met for beers. Marcus came with receipts, literal printed receipts. Turns out Madison had done this exact same thing to him. He'd funded her entire lifestyle for a year and a half. When he finally said no to something, a $5 vacation. You're kidding. Dead serious. I have screenshots. He showed me everything. Messages where Madison bragged about never paying for anything, where she called men walking ATMs where she said, and I quote, "If he's not spending at least $500 a month on you, find a new one. Men are replaceable. Your lifestyle isn't." Marcus, I never said anything because I was embarrassed, but seeing you stand up to her, man, I wish I'd done what you did. I asked if he'd be cool with me sharing some of these screenshots. He said, absolutely. That evening, I made my final post. I shared 3 screenshots from Madison's group chat, with her friends' names blurred, showing her bragging about using me for money. The worst one was from a week before she called me broke. Madison in the chat. He's starting to push back on expensive dinners. Time to find the next one. This one's only. I'll keep him around another month, then bounce, I captioned it. Turns out I wasn't broke. I was just the current ATM. Glad my financial services are no longer required. To anyone else funding someone's lifestyle while being called broke, you deserve better. The response was nuclear. Madison's friends turned on her. Taylor, her roommate, publicly commented, "This explains why you haven't paid rent in 2 months, but have new designer items. We're done." Kelsey unfollowed her and posted, "I've been defending someone who was using all of us. I paid for her drinks last week because she said she was waiting on client payments. I'm sick." The Securing the Bag group chat got leaked in full on Twitter. Turns out there were 12 women in it, all sharing tips on financially exploiting men. The backlash was swift. She made a tearful video calling me and Marcus incels collaborating to destroy women. She claimed the screenshots were fake, that we were bitter exes creating a harassment campaign. Nobody bought it. The timestamps, the matching profile pictures, the writing style, it was all clearly real. Her Instagram went from 8K followers to 2K in 3 days. She had to make her account private. The social media consulting business completely collapsed. Turns out potential clients don't want to hire someone who became infamous for exploiting people. Last I heard from Taylor, Madison had to move back in with her parents in her hometown. She apparently told them she was taking a break from the toxic city energy. But the truth was she couldn't afford rent anywhere and had burned every bridge in town. The Venmo request still. Someone turned it into a TikTok trend. Show us your unpaid emotional invoices. As for me, I'm good. Great. Actually, that $800 a month I was spending on Madison, it's going into my savings now. Already bought myself the gaming PC I've been putting off because we should save for nice dinners. I've gotten probably 50 messages from guys sharing similar stories. Created a little support group chat called Recovering ATMs, where we share our stories and red flags to watch for. Started dating again last month. Went on a coffee date with a girl named Eliza. When the check came, she immediately said, "Let's split it." I almost cried from joy. We're going on date number 4 this weekend. She suggested a picnic in the park because expensive dinners are overrated. "Enjoy your boring, cheap life," I replied. "I am happy, actually. Enjoy your parents' basement." P.S. The Venmo request is still active if you want to settle up. She blocked me again. The best part? My mom called me after seeing everything. Yes, my mom follows me on Instagram. Her response: "Good for you." Honey, your dad pulled the same thing on a girl before he met me. These women want traditional providing, but with none of the traditional respect. You dodged a bullet. Also, $6,400 in 8 months. You need a budget class. Thanks, Mom. To all the guys out there funding someone else's lifestyle while being called broke or cheap, start keeping receipts. Not for revenge, but for clarity. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Your request to Madison for $6,127 is still pending. Good luck out there. Kings, watch your wallets. Trust but verify. And never, ever let someone